Yo, welcome back YouTube, welcome back. It's your boy Lyndon. Welcome to another reaction video. Today, right now, we are checking out Black Eyed Peas and Shakira, Girl Like Me. Black Eyed Peas, man. They're different. Like, for some reason, back in high school, like 9th grade, I got into them. I think it was like the whole My Humps era. And I like that song. I like those songs that came out. So I went back and listened to their other stuff. I listened to like Ella Funk and Monkey Business. And those albums are hard. I was pleasantly surprised. Like, you would never think that they would have like a dope project or album. Like, they're just radio friendly, safe hip hop kind of thing. But nah, they had some like real ill stuff on there. Like, one of my favorite songs from them is They Don't Want Music with James Brown. I like songs that are funky or vibey that like just let the beat ride. That's one of those long songs where you just let it play and there's this whole section, there's a long section on the back end where the beat is just going and you just see people like locking and popping to it and things like that. Like, that song is just amazing. Very underrated, and I don't hear anybody talk about it ever because it's Black Eyed Peas. And then they got into the whole the Boom Boom Pow era, and I was like, no, I just got into y'all. Why are y'all doing this weird sellout shit? And I liked Boom Boom Pow, like specifically that song, and then I'ma Be. But they kept doing these things where like the ends would flip to these like techno dance things. I'm like, no, you're ruining a good dance song, switching it over to this shit. So all that era passed, and then they started putting out music without Fergie, and those songs sounded like they were going back to like, you know, the more hip hop sound, like straight up hip hop kind of thing. Oh, I'm skipping over will.i.am's whole solo phase, but there's a reason why you skip over it. Not every one of those songs were winners. But yeah, it's cool to see them back again. So I want to check this one out. Like, I want them, like, I didn't want Fergie to go. I like Fergie in the group. I just wish they would go back to hip hop and not trying to make commercial stuff. Even though it was getting the money and they needed it. And then the other two members got pushed to the side a lot. So, I mean, it was good that she left, but anyway, now they're back again. They put out an album maybe like a year or two ago. Didn't listen to it, but it was good to see them back. So let's get into this one.
So they tell me that you're looking for a girl like me. So they tell me that you're looking for a girl like me. I'm looking for a girl like me.
What was that? Why did she sound like that? I think she was trying to do like a Bollywood thing, but I'm only saying that because of like, you know, the tutting that was happening in front of her. It looked like the stuff they do in those musicals and movies and stuff. So they're back on their pop stuff apparently. Hopefully there's bars, because I forgot to mention they had bars back then too. But let's see.
Hey,
I want a girl like Shakira. Esa latina está rica. I wanna find me a chica que sepa vivir y que viva la vida. I need a bien bonita, elegante señorita. Girl, I want you and I need ya all of my life. Yeah, baby, let's team up. I want a girl that shine like glitter, a girl that don't need no filter. The real, for real. A girl that's a natural killer. I want a girl that's a heater, caliente altamira. Yo quiero una chica que no me diga mentiras.
so they tell me that you're looking for a girl like me. So
Okay, the footwork was hard just now. I can fuck with this footwork. Shakira, we know she could dance her ass off. And she doesn't age. Her and Jennifer Lopez did not age at all. They're from a different time. and Britney came out the same time as them. And I think she did just put out a song recently too. So we'll look at that one and you'll see, like, you know, what cracks and what doesn't. I will say though, so as far as like the bars go, they totally went the pop route again, which is cool. Apparently their hip hop album probably didn't make any money, so they're like, oh, we gotta eat. These quarantines is hard. It's a fun song, so you know you can't really judge it too harshly. Like they're not trying to make something hard, so like it's not fair to judge them on that scale. But it is funny to see them like backtrack.
Yo quiero una chica que no me diga mentiras.
So they tell me that you're looking for a girl like me. So they tell me that you're looking for a girl like me. I'm looking for a girl like me.
Oye mami, estoy buscando una chica, sí. Oye mami, estoy buscando una chica, sí.
That was hard. Like the dancing is what I'm focused on. Whatever moves they came up with.
Como Shocky, baby, drop it low on top me. Electric feels so shock me. Your hips don't lie, they rock me. Baby, come get me, you got me. Oye, mami, ven aquí. You know I'm liking what I see. Muévelo, muévelo, muévelo así. Yo quiero una mujer, una princesa no tiene pa' ver esa
Black Eyed Peas, man, they are just they're what are you? They're talented. They can rap. They got bars. They're respected in the game. will.i.am's crazy on production, but they are not afraid to like trend chase at all. They're like they're not afraid to trend chase at all. Reggaeton is hot right now. Bad Bunny, what's the name? Rosalia, Ozuna, who else? There's a whole crop of them that just got like that blew up over the past like 3 years, and they brought reggaeton back to the mainstream. And for a while, what they call it, a lot of pop songs, maybe like 2-3 years ago, they called them island pop, right? But it was basically like dance hall beats. Things like Sorry. They were dance hall beats with white faces, right? And some black people too. Jason Derulo, he's done his fair share of it. But it's dance hall song, like it's a whole other culture's music that they're like, oh, it'd be cool if it was like mixed in, but then it becomes a trend and a commodity, and you take all the specialness out of it. And this feels like if it didn't happen before, or it didn't start already, this is the start of it for reggaeton. Latin artists, they resurrected reggaeton, at least in the American market or in the mainstream, whatever you want to call it, in popular culture, the zeitgeist. And this screams out, oh, this is popular, let's get on this. Because they never made a song like this before. They had this, I will say, they do have their Spanish fetish, because I think it's on Monkey Business, where they have a song with Sergio Mendes. It's called Sexy, that has some Latin flair to it. And I think they have like a song called like Senorita or Spanish Mommy, something to that effect. So it's not their first time making a song celebrating Hispanic women. But this feels so calculated and like, oh, this is hot right now. Let's make one of these. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a whole damn album comes from this, because that's exactly what they did with the whole EDM shit. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a whole album that comes from this song, because they are wave riders if I have ever seen them. That's crazy to me. Shakira, I'm not even mad at Shakira. Shakira's killing it. The dancing's on point. I even got used to the high squeaky voice she did. Like, I like it. It's cool. But, oh boy, I could just smell the artificiality coming off of this. Is that a word? Artificiality? Artificialness? That red 40?
With no boundaries, that's down for what if. When nothing in la cama, she good in the bed. A girl that be using her head.
Oh, and let me also preface and specify that I think the two members, Apple D Yap and I'm forgetting the other guy's name, either both or one of them is Hispanic or Latin. And I apologize for not. As a matter of fact, let me do my homework real quick and be specific. Because I just want to make sure. Yeah, Taboo. Apple D Yap and Taboo, right? So Apple D Yap is Filipino American, okay? And Taboo is what is he? He's Mexican. Right? So it's not even like culture vulturing, so to speak. They're Latin, they're Hispanic. I don't know the proper one. I know they're not interchangeable. I know there's one and then there's the other. But it's just skipping my mind right now. So it's not culture vulturing, but it is wave riding. It is wave riding. Because let's say like both of them, right? They are what they are. At points in their albums, they would have something influence music like that, but not to this level, not to this extent, where it sounds, when they do it, it sounded like them doing it. This sounds like they trying to do a Bad Bunny song. You get me? So I'm like, that's why it feels off. So yeah, I don't like that. I mean, the song is alright so far, but I don't like what it was bred from.
To use the cabeza the best. I want a girl who's a diva. No quiero otra, si eso es.
So they tell me that you're looking for a girl like me. So they tell me that you're looking for a girl like me. You're looking for a girl like me. When a girl that shines like glitter, baby, you know I need no filter. For real, I'm real. You know I'm real. Like that my lips are so glossy. Like how my neck is so bossy. Maybe if you do it my way, just for the hell of it, I'll let you love me.
Latinas, Shakira, Shakira. I like Latinas, ones who look like Selena, shake a bunda like Anita, morenas that's más fina. I like Dominicanas, Boricuas and Colombianas. In East LA, I like the Chicanas, and they want a piece of the big manzana.
So they tell me that you're looking for a girl like me.
Oye mami, estoy buscando una chica, sí.
You're looking for a girl like me. Me llevas en tu mente. Soy adictiva como el azúcar. Me buscas permanentemente. No ves que solo quiero jugar.
Oh boy. Like, I like the song. Like, you can't deny a beat. If a beat makes you move, it makes you move. It's good, right? Like, so the beat works. The beat works. The Spanish lines, I'm not gonna front, don't know what it is they're saying. Not all the time. But I don't know, it just feels off, man. It feels like wave riding. Regardless of who's in it, who's from they never made a song that sounds like this. Never even once tried. So I'm like, they definitely rep. I will say that. If you miss anything I say, don't miss this. They rep where they're from. They don't hide it, or whatever the case may be. They rep where they're from. That being said, this song feels like wave riding. That is just how I feel. And it pulls away from the enjoyment a little bit. Shakira saves the song. Shakira honestly saves the song. At least for me, yeah. And then, just to say it here, because I know people are probably going to say it elsewhere, but there's a discussion to be had about, you know, the Afro-Latinas, or the Afro-Latinx community that's not always represented and nobody really ever talks about. Like how he said, how App said, I like Latinas, ones who look like Selena. Selena looked more European than anything else, you know? And then him being of darker skin, and like, you know, now maybe he said something in one of the Spanish bars that I didn't catch, so I will put an asterisk on that. But as far as the English part, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear nothing about, you know, Afro-Latinas. Like Amada La Negra, bringing her up because she's one of the only ones I know that like speak out as far as like it being a problem. She brought it to my mind that was even an issue like that, and it was like a dumb moment when I realized it. Like, of course, like, black people are hated everywhere. I just thought like, oh, like, everybody's cool. If you're Puerto Rican, you're Puerto Rican. If you're Dominican, you're Dominican, so on and so forth. But nah, they have their colorism there too. So that was definitely something I had to learn, and I thought it was something that was being brought more to the light. Like, I remember it being brought up in terms of like Jennifer Lopez, her performance at the Super Bowl. I think people were talking about how she didn't represent every shade. Either she did or she didn't represent every shade of the Latinx community or Hispanic community. So, you know, not to take, this is a pop song, not to take it in that route, but it's like, I love Latinas, you know? And then not really like cover all their bases on it. I thought, you know, that's a missed opportunity. I don't think it was malicious. I think they weren't mindful, probably. Again, barring anything they said in Spanish. So let me know what y'all think. Am I off? Was I going too hard on a song that didn't deserve it? How'd you feel about Shakira's dancing? Because I fucked with it. I kind of want to learn that whole shit she did. And she did some shit and then went into a moonwalk afterwards. Hard. Like, dislike, comment, share, like this video again. Watch the next one that pops up right here. Ring the bell for those notifications, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.